Hey guys, and welcome to episode 11. So we're picking up where we left off, and honestly, I, again, don't really have a plan. I feel like half these videos, I don't have a plan for what I'm going to do in the episode, just because, like, I don't know. I feel like even when I do have a plan, I never do what I say I'm going to do because I always get distracted by something else. But I kind of just sat down and wanted to play Minecraft and just kind of see where the day takes us, or I guess the episode really. But honestly, I do kind of want to finish this. You guys said that you don't mind watching boring stuff, so I'm going to try and finish this, which means clearing out more of this forest. So I need to clear out all of these trees along here because I do kind of want to blend this down. I think that would look best. So I need to start by clearing all these trees that are near the edge, and then at some point I do want to complete the village because I need to start bringing villagers over and breeding them and doing all of that. So maybe we'll work on a villager house in this episode if we have time. But I guess we're just gonna keep on keeping on with making our paths and stuff. And then in the last episode, I was gonna make an enchantment room and I totally didn't do that. I just didn't have time, but I don't think I'm gonna have time in this episode either. I mean, we could, instead of making this path, honestly. Because I thought about tearing down the garden that we have at the house and tearing down the old pen that the cows were in and building a little hut and making a pathway to that and making that the enchantment room. Or we could extend the house. I don't really know. I don't think I want to extend the house. I would rather build a whole new structure for it instead of extending the house. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh. My mouse. Okay. Are you guys ever like playing on your PC and your mouse is in a weird position? Okay, let me try to explain this in a way that makes sense. So like, do you ever just sit down at your computer and you're playing on your PC and you just feel like your mouse is not in the right position? Like you're trying to move it around and you're like, no, this does not feel right. Like this is not, I don't like the way where like my hand and my arm are, you know? Does anybody else feel that way? Is that just like a weird me thing? I don't know, but also, I need to start cutting down trees near the barn, like on the path to the barn, because I need to make a path that way too. So I need to make a path probably that way, which means I think I'm going to get rid of this tree actually. Pretty sure I planted this in the last episode and now I'm getting rid of it, but that's okay. I'm going to get rid of all of these trees. So I'm at least, see, you know what? I don't like this. This is not, no, but I can't fix it. I just don't like the way my mouse is placed. But I've tried to move it and I can't like get it the way I want to. This is going to bother me, but I'll try to not talk about it throughout this entire video. Okay. I'm feeling better, sort of, than I did last week. You know, life has its ups and downs. I feel like I'm currently in a down right now, but like I've seen worse, I guess. So I'm like, I'm fine, you know? Like I've definitely been a lot worse. So I'm over here like, oh, I'm like perfectly fine, like we're good. But in reality, it's like, okay, just because it's not as bad as it's been doesn't mean that like you're fine. So just trying to give myself some grace because I tend to be really hard on myself. But yeah, so I'm doing better than last week. Thank you guys for all of the nice, kind messages wishing me well. I'm doing better, so hopefully you guys aren't like worried or anything. I don't think I really need to cut these trees down, but I think I could replant one right there and it would be fine. And I probably should, probably should replant one like right there. But I really want to get my villager trading started, so I need to desperately get my village together. Oops. I need some more dirt. I probably didn't need all of those, but I also said that in the last episode and I used all of them. So we're just gonna keep those. Okay, and then we're gonna fill this up. I should probably go sleep in the barn because the sun's going down. And then I need to put the finishing touches on the barn. Like, I did this and then didn't do anything else to the barn, but I am going to finish the barn. I promise. I'm taking notes for all of your recommendations and everything. It's just the barn is not my priority right now, so that's why it is getting added on to little by little, but we will eventually complete it. I'm actually probably gonna clear this. Need to clear more of this out too. I don't really want to get rid of this mountain. I need to blend this in a little bit better. And I just kind of need some dirt too. Okay. That right there. I'm gonna fill this in. I think I'm gonna cut this tree down. Oh, when I thought about shearing the leaves and then making some hedges on the way to the enchantment room, like if I made an extra room where the old garden and like where the old garden cows are, I think that would look really nice. So I might do something like that. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna have to... right? Is this how you do it? Hold on, let me come up here. How am I gonna do this? And then we'll do it like that. And then come down here. Do it like that, maybe. Yeah, that'll look nice. Okay. Okay. I think this looks nice. Oh man. Hold on. Boom. Do it like that. Beaut. Okay, I like that. And let me make my way over here. Cool. That looks really good. Look how cute that is. I mean, you guys might not think that's cute, but I do. Okay, and then do something like that. Okay. Okay, that's shaped a little better. Don't really know how I like that, but I feel like it looks natural enough. I don't know. Looks fine to me. I think I'm gonna I need some of these berry bushes. So I want to plant more of those. I think it'll look nice right there and right there. And then could add one right there. All right, so there's the pathway to the barn and it connects with this pathway. Let me cut this down. Okay. There we go. Cool. All right, so now we have the pathway going this way, which I feel like we need more berry bushes, like one right here to signify. Hold on. To signify this is the change in direction. Like almost like a, it's not like an archway, but like an opening to signify this, if that makes sense. All right, I'm gonna get more of these because I really do like these for decoration. I'm gonna put two of them beside each other. One right here. One right here. One right there. I think I might plant a tree right here. Possibly that'll look nice. We'll see. Okay. That. This is from the tree that I chopped down. It's weird that the leaves don't... It's like these leaves are connected to this tree too. And since I chopped it down, it's not gonna... Like now this will all go away and then that tree will be fine. Hopefully all of those. Yeah, I think it's despawning. Okay. I need to fix that, but it's fine for now. Okay, so that looks good. Now we have to finish the path over here, which I kind of want to avoid because that's just a daunting task to me, but I need to do it. So I need to, I'll stop using iron shovels and I'll start using stone shovels. I picked up a crafting table, okay. And I'm gonna try and find a place where I can just collect dirt. So we'll just be collecting dirt for now. I'm gonna chop down this tree. But I ended up reading an overdue draft this week, and let me just say that book was terrible. Or it wasn't an overdue draft. That's always what I want to say. An overdue match. Honestly, gave that book a 1 star. It was so cringe. It was supposed to be like this cute little Christian romance, but it did not. No, I hated it. It was bad. So, would not recommend. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. But yeah, so, oh, and I went to the fabric store today. I went to Joann's because, when have I been down here? Do not remember coming down here. Because Joann's is going out of business, and so I was like, you know what? I wonder if they have like cheap sewing machines because they're doing, I don't know if it's technically a liquidation sale or not, but I mean the store is closing, so everything must go, you know? So everything's like 20% off, 60% off, 80% off, like all of that. Well, I asked the person in the store about where like the sewing machines and stuff were, and she pointed me to them, and they were the same as you would buy off of Amazon. And I'm like, okay, so really these are on sale, so I kind of came here for nothing, which was definitely a feat because today, for whatever reason, there are 25-mile-an-hour winds, and it was raining, so the rain just pelted you as soon as you got out of the car, because I had to get gas too. So I was standing at the gas station getting hammered with rain, and I got back in the car and it looked like I got shocked by electricity with how crazy my hair looked because the wind was just making my hair go everywhere. I need to get home. Man, I can't wait to put lanterns around this place. It's gonna look so cute. But I need so much more iron. But yeah, so I got gas, got back in the car, drove to Joann's, and there was basically nothing left in the store except for like all the fabric and stuff, which there was a lot of cute fabric, but I mean, it didn't seem like it was worth the buy because there wasn't really much of a sale on it. So I didn't end up picking up anything just because I'm one of those people that's like, is it worth my money? Should I spend my money on this? Like, I don't tend to spend money a lot except for when it comes to food. Food, oh my gosh, is my what is it, like guilty pleasure, I guess? Like, I love like buying food, and so I have to like watch myself with that. But as far as anything else, like I hate spending my money, and I just kind of refuse to spend my money. You know what, I guess I could flatten this out. Yeah, I can take all the dirt from here. Yeah, I'm gonna flatten this out. This is where I'm gonna collect all my dirt. But yeah, so I didn't end up buying anything because I was like, you know, it's really not worth it, because before I buy something, I look at the price of this and I'm like, okay, I get paid X amount of dollars per hour. And so this item that I'm picking up would be X amount of hours that I worked if I buy it. And so honestly, thinking about it that way, I tend to not really buy anything, because I'm like, that doesn't seem like it's worth my hard work. Except for when it comes to food. I don't know why when it comes to food, I'm like, oh, that's not that expensive. I can spend a lot of money on food. And it's just like, no, ma'am, you cannot do that. So I have a budget for myself, because I'm like, I can only spend money on food eating out once a week. And then I have to cook all my other meals. One, because that's healthier for you. And two, it's better for your budget. So anyways, not to get into my finances or anything, but I definitely am a sucker for buying fast food because I just love it. But at the same time, like, I hate it. So it's like a love-hate relationship. Anyways, I'm definitely more talkative this episode than I was last episode, because last episode I was just like, I don't know. I think last episode I was kind of just like numb. And I was just going through the motions, just here, I guess. But I'm doing better. So I guess doing better means that I run my mouth a bunch, which, I mean, whatever. I'm making stone tools now because I am not going to use all of my iron to clear this stuff out, because I've been using all my iron and I really kind of need that. So yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep clearing this out. I at least want to get here. I'm gonna do this so that I know how many stacks of dirt I have. I also need to collect this spruce wood too to make all my villager houses. So we're going to be collecting resources to kill two birds with one stone, essentially, today. So all this dirt's going to be to finish the pathway, and then all this wood is going to be to build the villager houses. But yeah, I'm not sure what book I'm gonna read next. I think I'm gonna read We Were Liars, I think is what the book's called. Not really sure, but I got it at Goodwill for all of $2. So I bought it like a while ago, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll read that next, because it's, I think, like a summer mystery book, and I'm like, spring's here, summer's approaching, which, fun fact, I actually am not a big fan of summer. I think summer is probably my least favorite season, and I'm sure that comes as a shock to a lot of you, because who hates summer? Me. Yeah, me, sadly. It's just because I've said this before, I have pale skin, okay? And I can't do it. I can't do it. I love the sun, but I don't like being in the sun. It's awful. I burn to a crisp, and it's miserable, and I hate it. So I don't like summer because it's too hot for me. And I'm much more of a fall, spring, winter type of girl. So yeah. But I do like to read books that are in season. So with the weather warming up, I'm like, give me a summer book. And I didn't want to read a romance because I just read An Overdue Match, which that romance book was so cringe. Oh my gosh. Ugh, the only reason I read that book was so that I could say that I didn't like it. Not like, okay, that sounds bad. That sounds like I'm like coming after the author. But no, I really wanted to read that book. Like, I thought I was going to absolutely love that book. And it was going to be like a great book, whatever. No, it was not. And the only reason I finished it was so that I could say that I didn't like it, because I was like, you know what, I could just DNF this book, which for those of you who don't like speak book language, DNF just means did not finish. And if you don't like a book, you just don't finish it, you put it down, you move on to the next one, and just like get on with your life and don't waste your time. But I was like, you know what, no, because I need to finish this in order to be able to have an opinion on it, because I don't think that like I can talk about a book and why I didn't like a book if I didn't read the entire thing and form an opinion about the entire book. And I'm also just like one of those people that if I start something, I have to finish it. I am getting better about finishing books, or I'm getting better about just DNFing books instead of like reading the whole thing, even if I don't enjoy it, because I used to just read a book even if I hated it and read the whole thing and then just move on. But it's like, you know what? I really don't have that much spare time. So why am I wasting it reading a book that I don't like? So I've gotten a lot better about putting away books that I don't like and not finishing them. Okay. But that one I was like, no, I definitely have to, I think I'm gonna go down again. I'm gonna go down a layer and, well, actually, no, I'll just keep this layer. It's fine. Where else do I want to take dirt from? Maybe I'll take all this dirt. But yeah, so I've been trying to just stop reading books that I don't enjoy. Like if I get to the 100-page mark and I'm not vibing with it, I'll stop reading it. But usually like I'm like, okay, maybe I can stop at page 50, but then it's like, let me just read 50 more pages and see if it's really that bad. And if it's really that bad, then I will DNF it. But otherwise, yeah. But this one, I didn't DNF because I was like, surely it gets better, you know? And really, I didn't DNF it also because I was like, you know, I really wanted to read this book so bad. So bad. Like, I was so excited for it. And then to read it and just be cringed out the whole time, I was like, surely it gets better, because I have read some books where I hated the first part of it, where I was like, I don't like this writing style, or I don't really know how this is gonna go, and I ended up like enjoying the latter half of it, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm glad that I like persevered because it did get better. It was just kind of iffy in the beginning, but no, this one was bad the entire time. And honestly, like, I'm so surprised that I finished it, because I'm not kidding you, it was so cringe. And I was like, how am I gonna finish this? But I have to finish this because I have to be able to write it. So there's my spiel on that. The only reason I mentioned that is because I mentioned it in the last part about how I had just bought that book and it was sitting on my side table. So I finally picked it up, forced myself to read it, forced myself to get through it. It was very hard. I kept like closing it and just being like, I can't. And then I was like, no, open the book back up, finish it. Like, you've got to finish this book. But I ended up returning it to Barnes & Noble because I was like, no, I'm not keeping this book. And I ended up exchanging it for The Reaping Day, I think. It's the new Suzanne Collins book, the new Hunger Games book. That's Haymitch's perspective. So I ended up buying that. And I think I'm going to go on a reading spree of the Hunger Games. I have never read the Hunger Games. Well, actually, I take that back. Technically, I've read the Hunger Games because in 5th grade, the book that our teacher read us was the Hunger Games, which, looking back on it now, I'm like, do 5th graders need to read that? Like, is that like 5th grade appropriate? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's 5th grade appropriate, considering it's like a book about kids killing other kids. So I don't know. Oh snap, I'm not looking at you. But yeah, technically I read it in 5th grade because my teacher read it to me, but I don't remember any of it. So yeah, but I have read I have watched all of the movies, and I love the movies. So if you haven't seen any of the movies, you definitely should. I love them. I think they're great. I think I need to... There we go. But I really liked the movies, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the books, which I went to a used bookstore, and I pretty much got all of the books except for the first one, and the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I got, well, I say all of them, that's literally 2 books, but that's half the series, I guess, before Hamich's book came out. So I found half the books at a thrift store, and I usually try and buy my books secondhand because books are so expensive. Like, they're, for a freaking paperback nowadays, it's like 20 bucks. And I'm like, can we go back to the days when they were like $12, $14? Because $20 for a paperback is redonkulous. So anyways, that's my like little book spiel. And then I started sewing today, but the sewing machine that my coworker gave me, the reverse button doesn't work on it. So I kind of sewed 2 pieces of fabric together, and then the machine's kind of old, so I don't really know how to use it. But I did sew 2 pieces of fabric together today. So we've got some improvement on my hobbies. Honestly, I feel like I'm rambling right now, and I'm not even like doing anything productive. I'm still collecting dirt. I feel like this is a good amount of dirt for now. So we'll switch these out for right now. And then if I need more dirt, I'll go and collect more. So what I need to do is figure out how I'm going to blend this down, because I'm not a very good landscaper. Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm not going to be able to do this in a natural way. Like, I fear I'm going to make this look very manufactured. But maybe if I cover it in trees and flowers, you're not going to notice that it pretty much looks like a retaining wall. So maybe we'll just do that. We'll just start going a layer down at a time. I'm sure it'll look fine. It'll look fine. We'll make it look fine. And besides, I feel like this is going to be the easiest way for me to do this without getting overwhelmed. Because I am not a very good builder, as I've said multiple times, so I feel like this will keep me from giving up on this project and leaving it to look ugly. Because this way I'm more likely to finish it. And then like once we get all these layers down, I'll add some blocks here and there, I guess. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it ends up looking like. I can always redo it if I hate it. Or I can just finish it, look at it, and then say I'll redo it at a later date like I do everything else. We'll make this a double layer of this. So we'll do a couple single layers and then I guess we'll do double layers. Does that make sense? So like this would be a single layer and this is a double layer. I feel like I say things and it makes sense in my brain, but I don't explain it well enough for you guys to know what I'm saying, because I just assume that you see the things that I see in my head, and that's not how things work. So I either over-explain or I under-explain. I feel like I don't ever explain the right amount, which I'd rather over-explain than under-explain, because I have noticed editing things back that I'm like, I did not explain that very well. But it's fine. I almost fell. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Blending in pretty good. Okay, I think I'm gonna do another double layer. This one is going to be, this is gonna be a double layer. Okay. We only have 3 stacks left, so I'm definitely gonna have to go and get more dirt soon, which I might use all this dirt underneath here. I might carve out a lot of that dirt and just use a lot of this. And it'll just kind of be a hole underneath this. Okay. Guess we'll double layer this one too. Okay, once we finish this stack, I'll run up and look at it, and then run down and look at it. So I'll get a top view and a bottom view and see if it looks good or not. But I need to go to bed before the mobs spawn because I don't want to have to deal with creepers like I did a few minutes ago. Because I definitely see the sun going down and I'm like, no, I have time, and then it gets dark and I'm like, oh, I don't have time. So let me go up here before the mobs spawn. Oh my gosh, I can't get in this door. That's so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Also, guys, I mentioned in the last part that I needed name tags for the animals. So if you guys have any ideas on what you want the animals' names to be, what you want the dogs' names to be, and the cats' names, let me know down below, and I will look at them, see if I like them, and if I do, I'll use them. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'll tear all of this down and then put a little shack right here. That would be the enchantment room. And then I would put leaf hedges as like kind of a privacy wall to walk to it. I think that'd be really cool. That's kind of what I imagined I would do if I took all of that down. I don't think that we'll have time to do that in this episode, but I definitely want to throw that out there as something that I want to do soon. Back to what we were doing. Okay. This doesn't look too bad. I think if we put trees along this, to be honest, you won't really notice it. So I'm not too worried about it. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on, and then once we add trees and bushes, I think it'll look perfectly fine. All right. I need to get some bone meal so I can grow, oops, so I can grow these trees. Oops. All right, last stack before we have to go get more. Okay. Okay, and I think this, yeah, this will be a double layer. Oops. Okay, so how much farther do we have to go? Not like too much farther, but I do need to chop down these trees because these trees are gonna get in the way. I mean, they're already getting in the way. Okay, and then do this one. This one. I heard a spider, but I don't see it, so. Do this one. There it is. Okay. And then I need to chop down this one as well. And then I'm gonna get as much dirt as these 3 shovels allow, and I'm hoping that that will be the end of it. Hoping that that's all the dirt I'm gonna need. I hope you guys are doing well. I don't get to hear about your days unless you comment about them, but I hope that everything is going well in your life and you are happy and healthy and just everything's going well. So I'm actually really excited to see this completed. I feel like the base is coming together really well. And the paths make it look so much better. How many stacks do I have? Don't know if this will get us through the end of it, but we'll see. Hopefully. Okay, this shovel is almost broke. There we go. Okay. Hopefully now we can finish this off. But we shall see. Don't think that we're going to be able to, but a girl can dream, you know? All right. Maybe I should make a triple layer too. Maybe I'll make the next one a triple layer. Oh, I didn't even finish this layer. Hold on, let me do that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Also, another thing that I need to go like on a rant about, but like kind of not a rant. I don't know what you would classify this. Probably a rant. But like, why are gym memberships so expensive? Like, I feel like they did not used to be that expensive. And I am not like somebody who can really vouch for like old gym prices. I mean, a couple years ago, I felt like the average like cheap gym membership was like 10 bucks, and now it's like 15, which like realistically isn't that much of an increase, but I'm more willing to pay $10 a month than I am $15 a month for something, because $15 just sounds like too much, but $10 doesn't sound that bad. But I don't know. And then like if you go to a local gym, if you don't go to like a chain gym, then it's like $50 to $60 a month, and I'm like, that is wild. Which, I mean, I don't know if those are like reasonable prices or not, because I am not somebody who like goes to the gym, because I used to run cross country, so I used to just run. And I think I was doing this. So I never needed a gym membership, but I ended up tearing some cartilage in my knee, and so I had to get knee surgery. And now I have to like go to the gym because I can't run the way that I used to, because I used to run like, I don't know, like anywhere from 30 to 50 miles a week. Like I used to run a lot, but I can't do that anymore. So I have to go to the gym because I can't run, because it's harder on my body, versus like doing workouts at the gym isn't as bad. Just because like running on pavement and stuff, like the impact that it has on your joints and stuff is just like really bad, versus like squatting in a gym. You know what I mean? So I tend to do like workouts that were in line to the physical therapy that I had to go through. But man, like I'm trying to get back into the gym again and like eating healthy, because like I mentioned earlier, I eat like garbage. And so I'm trying to get a better lifestyle, because I feel like when you eat healthy and you exercise, like your mindset is also a lot better, and you're probably less prone to like depressive episodes and stuff. And so I'm like, I need to get back into the gym. Even though like, cause my thing is like, I hate going to the gym, and it's just like, because I don't know how to use any of the equipment, and I don't want to ask anybody, and I'll watch a tutorial online, and then I'll get there and the equipment's a little bit different than what the online tutorial showed me. And so then I kind of panic, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna look so stupid because I don't know how to use this. And yeah, then I just kind of like, okay, I just like kind of want to go home now. So the only time I really ever get anxiety is like when I try new things, which I feel like everybody like gets anxiety about new things, because you don't like know what to expect, and new experiences are nerve-wracking. But that's typically the only time that I get anxiety. So I don't like going to the gym because all of it's new to me. I'm not like a avid gym goer. I just like kind of have to be one now so that I don't have to get like a knee replacement in my 30s, according to my doctor. So yeah, I don't want to get a knee replacement in my 30s. So I'm gonna go to the gym and work out, but I'm like, dang, I do not want to sacrifice the 15 bucks a month, because I'm like, $10 I can do, but 15 is just like asking too much. I don't know why that is just too much for me, but I'm like, dang, that kind of sucks. I'm probably gonna do it anyways, but I keep talking myself out of it, and I'm like, oh, I'll get a membership next week, or I'll get a membership next week, like, you know, blah blah blah. And I just like I just keep avoiding it, and I'm probably gonna avoid it for a while. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep working on this now that I've cut down some more trees. Ooh, I should probably cut this one down. But yeah, let me know like what the gym prices in your area are. But the like cheapest one I can find is 15 bucks at a chain gym. Which, like, I'm not picky about gyms. I don't really care. Like, I don't need all this, like, fancy equipment, whatever. If you've got machines that can work my body out enough, then we're good. Like, I'm a pretty minimal person. I don't need all the bells and whistles and stuff. Like, I will take the bare minimum because I don't really care, you know? So, I mean, as far as, like, I won't take the bare minimum in some aspects of life, but as far as, like, the gym goes, yeah, that's fine. I don't need a whole lot of stuff. But not gonna lie, there is a gym that has a pool, and I'm like, man, I love to swim, but that membership is like 50 to 80 bucks, somewhere around there, and I'm like, ooh, that's a lot when I live next to a lake and I could go swim in the lake. But like, low-key, a lot of people where I live hate the lake because they're like, there's dead bodies in the lake, which, like, I can't say that there's not. I mean, obviously, like, there have been people who have died in the lake. But, like, when I was younger, I was told that there's, like, dead cow bodies in the lake, and I was like, ugh, gross. Like, but yeah, people don't really like the lake. Like, I mean, I live in a lake town, so, like, we love the lake, yes, but, like, half of us like the lake, and then the other half are, like, terrified of the lake, which I fall in both categories because I'm like, the lake is terrifying, but also I like to go, I thought there was a creeper. I like to go tubing. Oh snap, I'm gonna die. But I like to go tubing. I've tried water skiing one time. I was not very good at it. I mean, I could try it again, and I'm sure, like, after a few tries, I could figure it out. But I'm also one of those people that's like, you know, this is a lot of pressure, and I'm uncomfy, so I'd rather just watch you do it. But yeah. It kind of, yeah. But I fall into both categories as far as the lake goes, because I kind of, like, get grossed out by the lake because I feel like the lake is kind of gross. Because, like, you can't see anything in the lake, obviously. I thought there was a creeper right there. I swear I'm imagining things. I need to make more shovels. But, like, if something nibbles on your foot, you don't know what that is. You're not going to be able to see it. So, like, I used to go tubing a lot when I was younger. And when I would fall off the tube, which, first of all, that's, like, brutal. Because if you're going pretty fast and you hit that water, it hurts. Oh my gosh, I should have lit this up. Okay, I'm gonna go get some torches. Oh, okay, and things are exploding back there. I gotta go. But when I would fall off that tube, I would get so anxious because I'm like, ew, like, I don't know what's in the water. I can't see around me. Like, I'm gonna get really nervous. But that's about to lead me onto another tangent, which, like, I find so funny that I'm over here talking up a storm today. I'm gonna put this iron in here. I'm gonna take half of that. Okay. I'm gonna go light that place up. But when I was younger, I watched this show, which I should not have been watching. It was called, like, Lost Tapes or something. It was something like that. It was on Animal Planet. Should not have watched this as a child. Okay. And it was about, like, some squid in Oklahoma that, like, I don't know what it was called. Don't ask me. But I vividly vividly remember that these people got in this situation. Oh my gosh! Oh! 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 Oh my gosh! I'm out of here! Oh! Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Freaked out for a moment. Oh my gosh. Okay. But I was watching this Lost Tapes about this lake in Oklahoma, and it's like some, I don't know if it's like an urban legend or like whatever. I don't really know what like Lost Tapes was about really, but like basically the story in this whatever episode that I watched about this Oklahoma squid was that like it was this squid that lived in the lake, and these teenagers like went to the lake, and then they swim out to a dock that was like in the middle of the lake or something, and they were hanging out on it, and like the teenagers were like playing around with each other, like messing around, and one of them went underwater and like pulled the other one under and like made a joke out of it, and then another one, either the one that like pulled the other one under or the one that got pranked, I don't really know, but one of them went back under the water and it was like yanked by this squid, okay, which I know that this is not real, okay, but I also watched this as a child, so it was terrifying to watch, and it's definitely like has scarred me, but yeah, basically all of these teenagers discovered that there was something in the water. I don't know if they knew it was a squid or not, but that's what the Lost Tapes episode was about. And again, I watched this as a child, so I don't like have the best memory of it. I just know that ever since then I was terrified to swim in a lake because I was like, what if this lake has a squid in it too? And I get drowned. What the heck? Why do you have gold armor? That's crazy. But yeah, so I'm like kind of low-key scared of the lake, but I'm also like, okay, you're being ridiculous. You can go swim in the lake. It's fine. But it's not fine because it's low-key terrifying. So I will swim in the lake, but I won't swim very far because my friend, she likes to go to the lake and swim in the lake, and I tend to just stay where my feet are. I don't go any deeper than that unless I go tubing, and then when I'm tubing I'm like, please, 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 please come get me very, very quickly, because I'm terrified of being out here in the water by myself. I'm afraid that a squid is gonna grab my leg and drown me. So yeah, there's that little spiel. That Lost Tapes really scarred me. There were other tapes that scarred me too, that I like vividly remember watching, and I'm like, wish I hadn't done that. I watched a lot of like scary stuff when I was younger, and it wasn't intentional either. Like I remember I was forced to watch like Jeepers Creepers when I was younger. Scarred me. I was forced to watch this movie called, like, I think it was called Haunted House. It was like Haunted House on Haunted Hill or something. It was this really old movie, okay, where these people, I don't know if they were invited on like a show or whatever, but they were invited to this house that I think they had to survive the night in. And I think it's what Scary Movie 2 is based off of, if I'm thinking of scary movies correctly. I think it was the second one where they go and stay at that haunted house, that they were like locked in all night. But anyways, I think it was like a 1960s movie, or not 1960s, but 1990s movie. I don't really know. Anyways, I don't have my facts straight. I watched it a long time ago when I was a child, so don't come for me. But I do remember that this house used to be a psychiatric facility, because I remember that they were doing these like psychiatric procedures on people, and then there were people up on the roof like yelling down at these doctors or something, and it was like in black and white, but the whole movie wasn't in black and white. It was just like the flashbacks that were in black and white of like the history of the house. Anyways, scarring, okay? Scarring. And I hated it, and I hate scary movies. I hate anything scary. well, I say that, and I really liked the like Until Dawn series, but that series like terrified me, don't get me wrong. I thought the storyline was good and the game was well executed. Doesn't mean I didn't think it was terrifying, because it was. And then the quarry, also terrifying. Still thought the story was good though. But yeah, hate scary things, and I had to watch that, and it scared the crap out of me. And then I was also forced to watch Resident Evil as a child, and let me just tell you, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but that movie scarred me and made me terrified of elevators. Which you're probably like, elevators? What? That seems like it came out of nowhere. No, because at the beginning of Resident Evil, when the AI detects that the the virus got out, the AI building shuts everything down and then starts dropping the elevators to the floor and killing everybody. And ever since then, I have been terrified of elevators, and I will only take the stairs. Like, if I have the option to take the stairs, you best bet your freaking buns that I am taking that elevator, or that I am taking the stairs, because you won't catch me on an elevator if I have any choice. Like, my friends want to visit Seattle and like go to the Space Needle, or like go to New York and visit, you know, like, I don't know, tall buildings that are in New York. I don't know, don't ask me. And I'm like, not gonna be for me, because if you're telling me that I have to take an elevator 100 floors up, no, I'm sorry, I'm gonna pass. You can take that by yourself. I'm not doing that. I just won't. Like, I'm not afraid of a lot of things in life, but the things that I am afraid of are very specific. Like, I'm not afraid of bugs or anything. Like, bugs are fine. Unless it's like a wasp, then I'm like, okay, that can sting you, and that actually really hurts because I've been stung by wasps. But we're getting off topic. I'm not afraid of a lot of things, but elevators, I have an irrational fear of. And then people are like, you know, not many people die on elevators. Like, it's very rare. Like, elevators are actually very safe. And I'm like, I don't care. They're not safe for me, in my head. Like, in my head, elevators are out to get me. And I have to take elevators at my job. And it terrifies me because I can't not take an elevator, because I am like transporting stuff that I can't like hold in my hand. And so I have to take an elevator to transport that stuff. And it like stresses me out, because one time I got on the elevator and it went down to the first floor and the elevator doors didn't open. And I was just sitting on the first floor with the elevator door closed. And I was freaking out because I was like, what's going on? So I ended up being fine. Obviously, here I am. Hi, hello. But I had to, like, press the door open. But I, like, panicked because I was like, why are the doors not opening? Because, I mean, when the elevator hits the floor that you're on, the doors automatically open. And so the fact that they didn't automatically open, like, I'm not kidding you. I was like, I'm about to have a panic attack. But then I was like, don't panic. Just, like, press the button to open the door. And it opened and I got out of there. But I was like, I almost just absolutely freaked out. Because I hate elevators ever since that movie. But back to me being stung by a wasp. Oh my gosh, I feel like this episode is literally all over the place. I'm so sorry. I'm just like dumping information on you guys and just running my mouth. Like, my mouth just is not gonna close, which I'm sure you guys don't mind. But anyways, so when I was younger, I got stung by 3 wasps at once, and it swelled up my whole entire arm. And luckily, I'm not allergic to wasps, but yeah, it hurt really bad. I hated it. And so if I see a wasp, I'll like kind of freak out, because I feel like wasps are known to be aggressive. I don't want to deal with it. Bees, I'm not as like bad about freaking out over them, but still I'm like, bees will sting you and I'm not about it. And it's not like you can avoid them like anything else. Like, they're small insects that can fly really fast. And it's like, you know, It's not like you can run and shut the door on them because they're so small they can squeeze into any space and follow you anywhere. So that's different. But like as far as spiders go, I like grew up in the woods, so I'm used to seeing snakes a lot, which I don't like snakes. I'm not gonna like scream when I see one, but I am just gonna like, they give me the heebie-jeebies, so I am just gonna be like, get away from me. But I'm not gonna like freak out. I'm just gonna get away. But we obviously like had a lot of snakes and spiders and stuff like growing up in the woods and everything. And I remember one time, which hopefully this doesn't freak you guys out, but I remember one time I was lying in bed, and you know how like you're in bed at night and you're on your phone and it's like pitch black in your room because you're about to shut it off and go to bed? Well, that was me. And then I don't know like if you guys have like walked into a spider web or anything during your lifetime. I'm sure you have. But like I hate the feeling of spider webs. It's so gross the way that they feel. But I just remember I was laying in bed that night and I felt a spider web on my face, and I was like, ugh, like, ew. And so I like brushed it off, and then I'm not even kidding, like a few seconds later, or maybe a couple minutes later, I don't know, but quickly after that, a spider dropped on my face, and I like brushed it off, went to go turn my light on, didn't see it anywhere, and I was like, okay, whatever, like I'm just gonna go to bed because it's not a big deal. But like when I tell people that story, they're like, oh, I would not have slept in that room that night. And I'm like, I mean, okay, I understand that, but like spiders are small. I mean, there are some poisonous spiders out there, don't get me wrong. Oh my gosh, I need to go inside. Ah, what the heck? Why are there holes? But for the most part, like most of them that I come across are not poisonous. I've come across a few poisonous ones, and that's when I get a shoe and like with all my strength throw down. But yeah, I've definitely like been lying in bed before and like had a spider crawling on my leg, and I just flick it off and then go about my day. But yeah, a lot of people really hate spiders, and you know, I don't really blame them, but to me they're more harmless than other things. So I'm like, they're not as scary as other things, so I'm not like all that afraid of them. But yeah, oh my gosh, I remember this one time I woke up and I looked at my pillow and there was a spider on my pillow, because I guess in the middle of the night a spider was crawling across my pillow, and when I rolled over or moved my face, I crushed it, and it was a big spider. Like it wasn't a small one. It wasn't like, you know, a tiny one. Like it was a fairly large spider. And I was like, ew. And then just went about my day because I don't know, like it just doesn't freak me out as much as other people. I just like bugs or whatever, you know? But I do know some people who will freak out if they see a spider. Like if I see, like, I know one of my friends will freak the heck out. And so I have to be really careful if I see a spider on them, because I'll have to be like, oh, hey, can you turn around so I can like swat it off them? Because if I'm like, hey, you have a spider on you, they'll like freak out. And then it's like, okay, well, now I can't see where the spider went. So the spider could still very much be on you. And I don't know because you freaked out and I couldn't see where it went. So it could have gone down your shirt, but you freaked out. So I can't flick it off you and know that I got it completely off of you. So it's better to stay calm. But yeah, bugs crawl on me all the time and I just flick them off. But I know that a lot of people aren't like that. I think it's just because I was like the kid, this is gonna be so like cringe for some of you, but I was the kid who like walked in the woods barefoot. Like I grew up like that. Like I did not go anywhere with shoes on as a child. Well, like in public I did obviously, but like as far as the neighborhood and like the woods behind my house, no. Like I went barefoot And so I attribute that to my lack of fear of spiders. I think I just got desensitized to them, and if you're not around things a lot, like, I can see why people get like freak out about spiders and snakes, but I was around them so much that I got desensitized to them. So I don't have a big fear of them, but I feel like if I didn't grow up like that, I would probably be just as afraid of as everybody else. So, like, no shade to anybody who is afraid of spiders. Like, I get it. Okay, let's see if I can finish this now. I'm really hoping that I can finish this. Okay. Definitely not going to be able to finish it. With this one stack. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. It's so hard not to go in creative and just give myself a bunch of stacks of dirt. But that would be heavily frowned upon. But it is very tempting, but I'm not gonna do it. I need to chop down this tree too. Okay. I should probably chop down this tree too. I'm so excited to get this done. I'm hoping it looks really good. We'll see though. Okay, I need to get a few more things of dirt. I'm almost done. I don't want to have to make more shovels, but I really don't think that this is going to be enough dirt. Been sitting here mining dirt this entire episode. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. I have 2.5, well, not 2.5, but roughly 2.5 stacks. Maybe I can actually get this done. But I should stop wasting blocks like that. I don't mean to do that. Okay, we're connected pretty much on this side. So that's good. Okay. Okay, we're almost done. Please let this be enough. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why? I've got to be more... Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I've got to be more careful. I think it's because I'm almost done. I'm like, yes. Okay, hold on. Let me get a few more pieces. Okay, maybe if I do it this way. Okay. Yes, connect. Okay, that's connected. Okay. Okay, now let me connect this. Okay, let me do it like this. Ah, I'm so close. Okay. I still have another shovel. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let me get in here. Okay, back to digging. I'm not going to end this episode until we're done with this path. I think it looks pretty good so far. Okay, hopefully this is enough. Oh crap. It's nighttime. Ah! I gotta go. I mean, yeah, it looks good. Just gotta put some trees along it, and I think it'll look great. Ah! Okay. Alright, I also need to get some food. Okay, let me go out here. Get the last of these crops. I'm gonna be tearing this down soon. Make my bread. Do that really quick. And there we go. Do that. Wow, our inventory's full. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Look at this. This looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks better. I need to do all that too, so I need to make another shovel. But let's finish this off really quickly. Okay. Oops. And then do this. And boom! We are done. Okay, well, basically done. Let me make a shovel really quick. And then make our path. Do this. Do this, this. Okay. That. This would be a great place to put a bush. Okay, another, well, no. Okay, there's that. Okay. Perfect place to put a bush. Okay, boom. Then you go down here. Okay. Bone mill, do that. Do this. Tree. Boom. Tree. Boom. Ah! Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Tree. Ah! Tree. Okay. Okay. Well, gonna plant some trees, probably not along this side, but just this side. Put one right there. Possibly put one right there. There. See, and that'll look nice. Maybe one right here. And then maybe one right there would look nice. And then we'll need one right here. One right there. And then one right there. I think that'll look nice. And then okay. And some flowers. We'll add this flower right here. Alright, that looks good. I mean, obviously you need to wait for these trays to grow and it'll look better, but it looks great now. Oh, snap, sister! Are you okay? Oh, are you okay, baby? Naira, I swear, like, injures herself all the time. So, like, what she just did was, you know how dogs like shake their heads, whatever. She just did that way too close to my desk and nailed her head on my desk. And it stresses me out that she does that stuff, because I'm like, oh my gosh, are you gonna crack your skull? Like, she one time got so excited and turned around so quickly and didn't pay attention to where she was going that she hit my door frame and chipped it because she hit it so hard. I thought she legitimately got like a concussion or something. I was concerned for so long. She was fine, and she's fine, by the way, but it stressed me out because I was like, ma'am, can you please watch where you're going? Because I cannot like just worry about you all the time. So anyways, she just did that, and I'm just like, I hope you're okay. Which she's fine. She just laid down, she was wagging her tail, like everything's good. But I'm still kind of like, are you okay? But anyways, so this is the path. I really like it. I think it turned out really well. I think it blends in well with the terrain. You can get up and down it pretty easy still. A lot better than it was. It definitely, I mean, to me, that looks like it blends in pretty well. As soon as all the trees and stuff grow, I think it'll look a lot more natural. And then I'll also put in some like bushes and stuff, because we don't have any like flowers or anything like that. The flowers that I did have, obviously I put like right here, so I'll add more decorations as I get more flowers and stuff, but we just don't really have any. So yeah, but I think that looks really good. And then this path down here, this one, oh look, the little bushes. Actually, I think I'm gonna put this bush right here. I'll go add some more bushes over here. Okay. But yeah, so this is also the path that we created to the barn, which I think looks really nice, if I do say so myself. So this is the other path we created. Oh my gosh, look at my crops. I'm definitely not going to starve now, but yeah. So I think off camera at some point, I don't think I'm going to do it right now, and I might not even do it before the next episode, but I need to clean out my inventory because it is disastrous. But yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And don't forget to comment down below, because I love reading them. They're my favorite things to read. I read all of them. You guys know how much I love your comments. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.